It's Week 4 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Shaquille Leonard, who really led his defense last week with a 10-tackle game. It's the Titans and the Bengals, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
He'll dump this off to Cook, and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now a late signing let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And this is going to be a Titans first down as he gets this up past the 30. The Titans are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
Going quickly here to Thomas. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Looking long for Thomas. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 45 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive. Aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Here's Jackson. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Leading them out, the last active player remaining from the 05 draft, and a name that dominates headlines year-round, Aaron Rodgers.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 4 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Now a college star here in Tennessee, Cordero Patterson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, going back to Patterson to about the 33-yard line. You talk about this Titan defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
Room here to run. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the 1st.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Off the option, here's Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. Touchdown, Bengals! Michael Pittman, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Jackson throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's now second down and 20.
They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Clifford looking to throw it on first down. And he's got this down to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Brandon, you know more about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. It's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Bengals 1st down.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Over the dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Algier now up the middle. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st down, and they'll stick with Algier. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the ball in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackle.
And this is right down the middle as he puts him through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. They start the drive with Cook. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Now 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
back to throw is Clifford. To the right side and complete to Thomas. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Clifford throwing on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion. And that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a
touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to widen their advantage. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game, a minute left. More than enough time to string a pick completion together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Clifford working from the gun. That is caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 55 yards. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Santos now to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on that and talk about it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked him from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how his first half will come to an end. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Well, the Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Now Rodgers. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively. to force incompletion, and more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Clifford now on second down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now the ball comes loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, and just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
On the counter, this is Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Going right back to Akers. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Algier will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after try forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Clifford throwing off the play fake. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Clifford will throw it here. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Well, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 on a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Ball start. Offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Clifford to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. And that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
A 51-yard attempt.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let him go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. A give up the middle to Akers. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of the play that looked like it was in trouble.
Back now in Nashville. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 30 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And again, the run defense stopped this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Cam Akers from a yard out. And the Bengals are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out come the Titans now. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Clifford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're going to speed things up here. Now it's Clifford. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Titans. 54 yards. 1st down to the air with Clifford. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down throw from Clifford. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cedric Wilson from 3 yards out. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Bengals.
They'll go again here with Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him now?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On the give, this is Akers. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the handoff, it's Akers. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 4 yards on the pickup, it'll be 2nd down. On play action, Rodgers. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
3rd down, Clifford to throw. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Time becoming a factor. Down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Clifford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Clifford, they're going for it. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Cincinnati, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.